Morning everyone, how you doing? And welcome back to another trade recap on our live FTMO 100k account. And also we've still got our trade copier going for our FTMO 100k challenge as well. I'm going to apologise to start off with for breaking a promise that I said the next trade will be a winner. But unfortunately we copped another loss again yesterday. Not ecstatic about this trade. As I actually kind of saw, and that little voice in the back of my head was like, don't take it, because I saw it going against us in the last kind of 1 minute setting up. I'll explain better as we go along. But full transparency, I want to show every single trade. It is as easily done as a click of the mouse. It was like the second I clicked the mouse, it was like a split second, like, oh, just take it, go for it. I went, ooh. And then suddenly I'm out of the trade. And I knew, this isn't the best of trades, but we got to show it. We got to do it. So we're going to start off with a 15-minute time frame as per, because this is the next day and the daily candlesticks would have changed. So I can't even remember where I started this one off from. Daily, let's just go daily. It's a counter trend trade. Let me get rid of that big dollar sign. Daily we're bullish. We're back in a daily demand range as well, and a demand point of interest. That's very looking nice for longs in it. And at the beginning of the day, I was actually looking at longs as well, which will become more apparent on the 15 minutes as well. I was kind of, I'm going to say it, hoping for this Asian sweep to drip short, tabas, and then go long. But we didn't get it. I ended up maybe just wanting to trade. So 4 hour. Yeah, and there's a few things here what were interesting. Again, we're counter trend on the 4 hour swing structure, but range order flow, we've got coming back into a supply range. That this level of demand, flipped this strong level, multiple tested strong level of supply, come down, got tested, failed, got tested, swept liquidity, failed again. So it's like it's got the fuel and still failed. Like demand is failing to kind of follow through. And then it kind of created a bit of liquidity here, we swept it and broke. So I was a bit like, alright, well, looks like some supply has actually kind of broken substructure trend here. If not normal trend, just not swing structure. Created the most recent supply range. That's a pretty strong point of interest. There is something I'm going to have real strong hard look at myself in the mirror for, because I've been looking at some of my own personal trade recaps and trades I've taken in the past that are wins. And the most successful ones have 4 hour or daily or just high time frame flip inducement. It has inducement. It has internal in structure to sweep to then go. And there's no inducement here at all on the 4 hour. We do get it on the 15 minute, but none on the 4 hour. It's something I'm going to have to have a real look at, because they seem to be the most profitable. Anyway, so we're back into this point of interest. Pause the flip. Go away. Come on, guys. Oh, sorry. It's trade. Lower time frame. So yeah, this was the area I was looking at. We mitigate this real nice point of interest down here. We got a nice flip, inducement. This was the Asian market. Originally in my head on my pre-day markups, I was looking at it coming down here, tapping these, and if we got our entry model, we're pro trend long. And instead we moved on up, and it was like, I do feel in my head there's something I kind of clocked on. I'm going to share a bit of the psychological side of things here. I've got to take note that I don't get FOMO at all when I'm in profit or break even. It's like I can sit in profit all day long. I'm sure that's the same for a lot of traders and a lot of us. But there is something that I really need to kind of observe is I don't enjoy being in the minus. I know no one does, but it's something I've got to learn to kind of and keep sharpening that tool of just, you know, it's not being in the minus, it's just probabilities. You've just taken a few losses in a row, but to force these trades when I'm in the minus to just get back to break even, that is some sort of mentality going on inside my noggin of wanting to trade sooner rather than later to get back into the plus. So if you are feeling that as well, please know you are not the only one. And if you're not feeling it, maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking for trades. Like I wanted to trade yesterday, even though I'm writing down pre-game thoughts and stuff like that, like loving life and this is sweet and I'm in no rush at all. There is that split kind of back of my mind thought of, nah, I want to get back in here. I need money, I need debt, all those kind of negative thoughts like in my mind, and they actually came to the forefront and into my action, if you like, for a split second, and that is all it takes to click a mouse. And I clicked the mouse and I was in the trade, and then there was no going back. So it is quite interesting, this game, that, you know, just for that split second of weakness, if you like, got us into a trade here. And yeah, there's little things I'm going to start putting into play, like literally having to walk away from the computer or something. I don't know. It sounds like a bit of a negative trade recap, this one, but I'm just trying to share my thoughts out there for people who are trading these trades as well. Let's just get back into the trade recap, eh? Shall I mind? Anyway, look, let's get our trade up. High time period narrative. Are we serving from a range or POI that create a flip? Yeah. 15 minute. Right, that big money sign there is the inducement, which flipped this area. And there we are, pretty bearish. In 15 minute, big push down here. This was the 4 hour big push as well. And yeah, trickling back up into that area. There was a little bit of nice flip order flow here. We'll show you on the 1 minute. So this tested this level of demand, went up, failed a break, dropped inducement, broke down, came up, got tested, failed, dropped inducement, broke, but then mitigated, nice supply order flow, got tested, failed to break, mitigated, dropped flip inducement, broke off. And it was like, I've seen, so this is something, again, in the back of my mind taking this trade, I was aware that I'm not actually that much of a fan of the inducement being so far away from the flip. If anything, I prefer it before the flip. Okay, but I'm telling myself, no, there's a flip inducement. It's not though, is it? See the truth, don't see what you want to see. So yeah, we want the inducement to be before the flip, or at least on the flip. I think too far away from this flip isn't a strong enough confluence, isn't the edge. We've drifted a bit too far from the edge here, and what happens when you drift too far from the edge? You fucking fall off, mesh. Yeah, but that's what I'm marking down as having flip inducement, which is there. Are we selling from a point of interest that created a flip or above and swept liquidity? So that this area had swept this liquidity here. Don't mind this POI. You know, it's got all the things. Swept liquidity, create a flip. I like this flip order flow. This is good. You know what I mean? But yeah, not a fan of the flip inducement. Anyway, bit of an Asian sweep as well. RSI, yeah, we had 15-minute RSI as well. Again, I mean, we had RSI on 15-minute, 1 minute, and even 5 seconds here. Yes, I did look at this at the 5 seconds. I almost want to delete this RSI because it can be quite dangerous to slipping into trades. I don't like this one, where in the back of my mind it's a bit like it's not the edge, and then the RSI diversions were saying that is a good trade, and I'm like, oh well, let's enter it. You know what I mean? Sometimes that pushes me over the wrong side of the wire. So I might actually delete that, because I never trade from it. It's a compliment, but it probably does more harm than good. To think about. Yeah. Yeah, okay. 1 minute. 15-minute range order flow as well, and this is something what I saw. You know what I mean? I'm aware of this stuff. I'm watching it, and I was still forcing a trade that's not there. I wanted to trade. Like the bully I am. Look, nice flip inducement, mitigated. If we're playing longs here, that's a level of supply that got tested, failed to break the low, dropped inducement, broke up, come back down, got mitigated, held, and it's holding, still holding. Yeah, look, that whole level's holding. Yeah. So I was watching that. Where's Sorry, I think I'll delete it after. I haven't. Oh, where's my time frame? Okay, let's just show what we're mitigating here. So there was our shock. Right, not the sexiest of flips, eh? Especially for a counter trend trade. I'm embarrassed to be doing this recap, really, because this is not the edge. This is psychological FOMO or something. This is really not a good trade. Oh, hang on, there it was. Big wick in. Yeah, I think I had this level. Let's just put them up, eh? We're going to get there eventually. Might as well do this. So this is what we'll meet again. And again, this looks pretty nice. You know what I mean? And this nice area of demand, holding, gets flipped, drops some inducement, melts off. This is the 15-minute flip inducement we have on the, I'll just delete it now, and oops. But a bit too far away, not on the actual flip itself. Or was it here? One of those. Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense to the 1 minute. Yeah. But everything makes sense to the 1 minute. You always get these flips and order flows and stuff in the 1 minute. Whether it's got the high time frame confidence or not is a different story. So again, look, get a flip, fair one, but the flip inducement is up past the flip. You know what I mean? I want to see a better fight between supply and demand, and I want that to be the liquidity that we sweep, like the fake breakout that we sweep for fuel to go. This fuel is too far underneath it, but I've got it marked up as that's our inducement. So again, do we have flip inducement? Yes, currently. 15-minute. I'm going to delete the 1 minute from previous trades, because if it's just 1 minute, it's not enough. I want 15-minute and or higher time frame. You've got chock, yes. Flip, yes. Sweat liquidity, yes. Inducement again is kind of too far away, but I'm looking at it like it's broken. You know, I wasn't entering here yet. I was waiting for the inducement. Broke something in my mind. When you do see these play out sometimes, but the fact that we're counter trend and the fact that this now gets mitigated with this strong demand order flow as well, this isn't very high probability. This isn't the edge. This isn't a clean enough flip and inducement and 15-minute confluence to be this aggressive. Can you see the difference there? I don't want this to be like a rambling, like, oh, it's your shit recap. I want to see if anybody can take away the lessons from here that I've taken away. Is counter trend, flip inducement, not on the flip or before the flip. Same with the 15-minute. This is what you call. This is why I say like you've got to like back test this strategy or whatever strategy you're trading. You got to get timely charts. You got to see it, because if I just printed out this, right, and sent it to everybody, sold it, whatever, and people try and enter the market just using this because they think they've got an understanding of what point of interest is, what flip is, what liquidity sweeps are, and all that kind of good jazz. But that is it, yeah. But in the back of my mind, I knew that this isn't it. This is forcing the trade. Okay, this is trying to see things that aren't there. Right? This isn't seeing the truth of the market. This is seeing your truth. This is seeing what you want to see. What I want to see. I wanted to be in the market. I wanted to make some money. I wanted to get out of the minus. I wanted to trade. And I saw this. I saw this tap. This is level supply. Failed to break the low and gets broken. So now we've actually got 1 minute supply levels getting broken after what are respected levels of supply as well, because they've actually got respected, had a chance, failed to break through, then got broken through. We've got demand order flow. We've got demand daily order flow. We've got 4-hour order flow, swing structure, and now we've got 1 minute as well. And I'm going to show you, because this is how silly I was. When I saw this, I was like, right, walk away, Martin. Done. It's too not nice. And then tapped into our point of interest, didn't blow through. So I haven't just hit market execute. Already there's doubt here, because I haven't hit market execute on my original entry point. I've actually literally said no trade, right? But I'm watching, and then that happens. It kind of swept, mitigated this. From 5 seconds has inducement. We had 5-second RSI diversions, which is no such thing. You don't look at this stuff in the 5 seconds. I don't even really look at this on the 1 minute usually. This is like 15-minute and above stuff. Put it on a 5 seconds, I see it's RSI divergence. Mitigating this. And we saw the wick up, see that flip and go. I was like, oh, actually, I'm in. I'm going to take it. And it tagged us in there. What's that? 9:51. 9:51. And we're out less than a minute later. And it was literally the second I pressed market execute, I was like, you wally. This is not high probability. And then he just did that. And I was like, what a wally. So lessons to take away for you guys and for me, and sometimes these lessons need to be repeated in my head a few times. Fuck RSI divergence on definitely 1 minute, definitely 5 seconds. 15 minutes higher time frame, fair enough, but also don't use it as a confidence to trade from. I personally don't anyway. If you start seeing your trade setup, if the market adapts and changes and starts going counter you, don't worry about it. You don't have to be in the market. You know what I mean? Yeah. What kills me about this is that I actually said that. Literally a split second, seeing that on the 5 seconds, I was like, actually, no, let's go for it. Something happened the other day for me in the sauna. This is weird. I'm going to share this with you. That I was chatting to someone in there, and I really train hard in the sauna. Like I use it as a training ground. I don't use it to kind of socialise and relax. It's a great tool for sort of delaying gratification, for being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Good breath work, great for your cardiovascular system, great for all sorts of health benefits if you do it properly. Not that I'm doing it as best as I know how and what I've researched. And Anyway, I just walked out at one point, really lazy, just a little lackey decision. I was like, oh fuck it, I'm out. And as I walked out, I realised I was actually close to getting like a PB and like this kind of strategy that I'd set up for these few weeks. And I was like, why'd I walk out? Just because I should have lied down if I didn't want to talk to that person and chill. And it was like a very quick decision to just give up, basically. And that's almost like here. It was like just the click of the mouse, like, oh fuck it, go for it. And we've all done it. We do it with, I don't know, food. We do that. Oh, go on then, fuck it. Or one pint or one snack or something. Anything. And trading or gambling. You know, have you ever been at a casino? Just like, oh no, I won't put this bet on. And then suddenly the wheel's spinning. And you're like, oh fuck it, actually, go on and we'll double up or something. I hope you guys can relate, otherwise it's just me. But that's the difference between this is a gamble. This was just like, I don't want this to go without me. It was FOMO. I was kind of thinking in the back of my head that I don't really want to share my thoughts and notes really, but let's do it. Comments afterwards, oh, you've got fucking FOMO. You suddenly thought, even after seeing the truth of the market, that demand was still serving and flipping supply. You said, but if this goes without me, and this is the trade that gets me back in a plus, I'll be snapping. Yeah, so I was feeling like if I just done all this work and this actually did drop off, and that would have got me back into the plus on our account, I would have been a bit like, fuck's sake. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call FOMO. Jeez, no, fuck off. Fuck, interesting, fuck you. Not very happy. Yeah. You don't lose, you learn. Eh? So a big part of me for this trade then was, as I said, I kind of just turned everything off, went down to the beach, beautiful sunset. Oh my fucking god, so lucky to live in this place. And I was trying to think, like, okay, what's the difference of your mentality of when you have winning trades or whatever to now? And what mentality do we need for the next trade to like erase all this and just be present with the edge? And that is simply it. Gotta just forget this, take the lessons away from it, don't just wipe it under the carpet, realise what you've learned, realise the mistake you've made, right? Learn them, but then don't live by them, observe them. Now, I'm present. I've had a great evening, I've actually had a real shit morning, but then had a really lovely lunchtime, just went and ate an apple walking on the beach, just to get present again. And feeling right as rain. Should have done this before the beach walk really. But yeah, going to go and do some more breath work now. Just be present with today's price action. And I mean, the best feeling is that this is not the edge. This is psychological. Okay, it's pretty much of a kick in the teeth if I started executing the perfect edge and we're taking a lot of hits in a row. I might start looking at like the edge might be the issue, but knowing that it's just a psychological issue, we can kind of change that overnight. Who the fuck is to say that you can't just click that and blow it away? There's something I want to say as well, which sort of relates, but I was thinking today at lunch, as I said, on the beach walk. And I remember reading once or hearing somewhere, I don't know where, that the difference, the gap between what is truth of what's happening and what you want to be happening, right? There's a difference there. That gap is called stress. If you're getting stressed out, it's usually because there's a difference between what you wish was happening, what you want to be happening, and the reality of what's happening. Right? Now, obviously, I wish I was giving you guys some awesome winning trade recaps, which I was in the plus and fucking rolling in it big bollocks, but it's not. Alright, and the fact that it's not, and the reality is that we're in the minus, and making a few psychological errors here, and I'm having to share those errors with you guys, which isn't very comfortable for me, but that is the reality, right? And the second we accept that reality, then that stress goes away to a point. The second we accept that reality and I'm going to say something now. It's not a bad reality. This ain't a bad reality. You know what I mean? A little bit in minus, one trade you're back in. Just had a fucking lovely walk on the beach, eating a fucking juicy apple. Fucking beautiful birds cutting around. Fucking gringo sitting outside the door, sun's out. Fucking had a lovely Indonesian lesson this morning, and you know what I mean? Like, when you actually step back a bit, like, and remove the stress a bit, and actually look at the truth of reality. Yeah, I'm lucky to say that I've got a real blessed reality right now. So, not to worry, stay with that truth, that all things are beautiful, and the age is sweet. Be aware of these kind of psychological mishaps. And there was one thing which I might start writing down as well, which is if this is a losing trade, are you still happy? Could be a quick little question to ask before, like this, you know, because there's been times where I lose a trade and it's 100% the edge, and literally it doesn't bother me one bit of the slightest. That is one thing I've learned to deal with. I'm like, yep, sweet, I'll take that trade all day long. There's trades like this where I knew that it wasn't actually quite right. I almost think if I had that question before, of like, well, okay, now see, don't look at if this goes without you, will you be pissed off? Have a quick look at the other side of the coin and be like, if this does end up being a loss, would you still be happy? And I think if I asked my question before this trade, I would have been like, no. And maybe that's the thing what would have stopped me from taking the trade. So it might be something I might put into my little notes, pre-trade notes here. Yeah, I didn't even read these yesterday. Wally. So the mind to smile at it. That would have been a good one. Right, that's a long enough waffle. I'm going to get ready for today's price action. Really hope that's helping, guys. I know it's not the best trade recaps, but starting again from now.